Hey guys, J-Bo here. We're going to do our final unboxing video. Let's go ahead and get started. Go. So it looks like we got the plasma rifle. Again, we don't have any packaging. What the hell is this contraption here? Anyways, we don't have any air packaging or anything like that, so nothing really protecting it other than the exterior box. As you can see down here, we've already got some damage. Right. Fly! More tape. I would never survive like the freaking Indiana Jones booby trap bullshit. You know, I wouldn't see it coming. I can barely make it through a half-finished attic. Careful, careful, careful. Okay. Open the box. And we have more cardboard here. Would never make it as a one-armed man. Okay, god damn, that smells pretty. For those that have watched my other videos, you may be wondering exactly what this smells like. It smells god-awful. Like melted plastic. Like, if you've ever melted one of your G.I. Joes during the 4th of July, that's what it smells like. And I can only imagine what these might have smelled like brand new, out of the factory. I feel really bad for the people that are making it. Let go! Anything in there? Nope. Oh, it looks like this one's got some nuts and bolts to it. Yeah. Okay. So, just an initial peek here. The coloring actually looks quite a bit better on these AC coils than the plasma pistol one. It's got a much deeper color, so that's good. The coloration on like the radiator coils here looks a lot better. This actually does look like copper. So again, maybe it was just that batch that I got where they were kind of running low, or if it was an earlier batch or a later batch, just kind of running out of paint or trying to figure out exactly what they were doing, the best way to do it. Say this, they definitely planned out the packaging pretty well. I mean, I'm having to flip it every which way to kind of get it to come loose here. So, you know, if you do order one of these, hopefully it will arrive in pretty good condition. Again, the box will probably be DOA, but, you know, a lot of people don't care about that kind of thing. Again, this is one of the Chronicle collectibles. The props seem pretty darn good. The statues, you know, so-so. There we go. So, the coloration on the lights, not as bright as the pistol, which kind of surprises me. Maybe it's just the batteries. I mean, it could be that this thing's driving around and just getting loose, you know, or a little bit dead. Also, it's pretty bright here. I'm sitting by the window. the bolts actually look like real bolts. Other than the seam there, they actually do look like metal. Oh, come on, do the pew pew noise. You really missed out there. So, again, like my complaint on the plasma pistol, I really wish it would have made some type of noise. And not just the same noise over and over and over again, but, you know, multiple noises of, like, the same type of gun or firing. That way it just doesn't get super annoying very, very quickly. The scope is just a clear plastic scope. Try to get a look through there. Which would have been nice if they could have done like some type of holographic display or retina, like a Trigicon, even a cheaper one. Or if they just would have put some type of crosshairs on the exterior lens here. And that's basically kind of what it's supposed to look like. It's like a Trigicon knockoff or some type of ACOG. Alright. Remove the plastic here. Be free. So the buttstock looks good. The coloration looks good. It does look like some type of lead or tampered steel. The seam would have been nice if they could have gotten that off. You know, for being, I think originally $120, just those little tiny details from far away, you're going to be perfectly fine, but up close, you know, it's going to start to show. You can kind of see where that fusion core would go there. It's got like the same type of rivets as the plasma pistol. So it basically, from here to here, it looks exactly like the plasma pistol for the most part, except that you have the scope and then you have the stock. Which it looks like almost like some type of ribbon cord that runs back to the stock here. Let's turn on the light, see if anything changes. Nope. So again, just for looks, I assume. And I'm not exactly sure where they keep the batteries in this, but maybe it's back here, if that's really where the power source is coming from. But I'd have to take a look at the instructions to really check for sure. So 2018, so almost a year and a half old, and that smell is still there. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a look at the barrel here. Alrighty, going dark. Hold on, guys. Alright. So, this is the barrel. Again, we have the ribbon there. That is kind of nice. I like that extra touch. It does look like something from like an older printer that you would see. The copper coloring on here does look a lot better. That actually looks like a water pipe of some sorts. The orange tip, again, I understand why they do that, but still pretty freaking annoying. For those that would be interested, if there's any type of barreling, there's not. It's just smooth bore. Taking a look at the coils, you can see where, you know, it splits there from the mold. These coils, the coloration isn't as good. Taking a look at these two, you can kind of compare that the ones on the base of the gun are a lot darker and really do get more of a copper look to it. The texture on here looks really well. It looks like pitting that you'd see on an older rifle that's been using corrosive ammo. So that's good. Alright, ready guys? So the last thing that we would have is our bolts. Tape, tape, tape. Always the tape. Okay. So, you know, just a small, you know, and goddamn, I gotta quit saying you know. It's like people that say boom, boom, duh, things like that. 3 AAA batteries and side battery compartment, so there you go. But one thing that I would compare is the one company, even on the instructions on their trucks, they make it fun. They make it actually look like an old-fashioned instruction manual. This is going to be pretty damn dull. You know, it's basically like, hey, here's some plastic screws, and this is how you make it look like a fully extended rifle. So they missed an opportunity there that would have been kind of nice. So price difference here. I know a lot of this probably has to do with some sort of microeconomics that I can't quite detail, from where if you take this to this, and that standard weight and package is going to be so much cheaper to ship from China where it's made than if you give it, you know, an extra foot and an extra, you know, what, foot and a half, 2 feet there. Which is why they did it rather than shipping it as one standard unit. They had to cut down on the cost. That being said, going from $60 to $120 for basically something that should only cost 15-20 bucks, you know, it has no lights, it has no mechanical properties, no reciprocating action. You know, it's all plastic. It looks like they tried to do some type of alternator there, which the coloration does look better on that component. Can you justify the price difference? Not really. So, you know, if you're on the fence of, should I just spend the 30 bucks from the $60 original price tag on the plasma pistol, or should I go ahead and spend the full $60 plus shipping and tax and everything else for the plasma rifle? Unless this is something that you're going to really be cosplaying with a lot, unless you want something that's really going to take up a good amount of space, then it's not really worth the price difference. That being said, at the $60 price tag, is this worth it? It is a lot closer at $60. If I would have originally spent $120 on this, I would have been very disappointed. But for the $60 price tag, I feel like that is fair for the amount of detail that you are getting, and for it actually having a function and lighting up. Again, really missed out on the trigger there. This is another opportunity that I think Chronicle collectibles could take advantage of if they start making, you know, retrofitting parts for things like this. So if you want to have a different colored light, if you want to have a trigger that actually does make some type of firing system, and again, understand, you put a speaker in this, you got to make sure that it works. It's going to cost more, it's going to drain down the battery power quicker, but you know, this is supposed to be an item that for $120 plus shipping, handling, tax really would have been worth it. And for somebody that's going to have this as a display piece, it really should have, you know, a few more bells and whistles, especially at that price. Even just a different scope. You know, this is something that even Etsy manufacturers have figured out. Like, hey, we charge just this one initial price, but it's really where we make our money is the nickel and dime parts that people want. And again, you know, that's nothing against Etsy makers or manufacturers. They make amazing work. And that's something that I think for the people pricing it at this point should, you know, especially with mass manufacturing, with incredibly cheap labor coming from China compared to the United States, should be able to beat or at least meet. And that's something that I continue to find amazing, that people from Etsy and other manufacturing websites continue to just do above and beyond work. And it is nice that Bethesda and other companies are looking at their work and taking inspiration and trying to meet with them, and again, continuing to get feedback from our group so that they continue to make a better product in the future. And I will give them that they are continuing to listen to us, respond well to our feedback, and if given that opportunity, please provide them with constructive criticism. They are listening, they are willing, they are trying. So, guys, I know this video went above and beyond my normal time limit. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. But yeah, there you go. So again, to reiterate, is it worth it at $60 price point? Go ahead and give it a shot. I think it's something that you're going to be very happy with. Alrighty, thanks guys.